Gotcha. But it's a Chief. Defensive tackle Chris Jones. Look, wasn't it 2 summers ago when Jones went LeBron? Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. He said the Chiefs were going to win 5+ Super Bowls. Well, Chris, you better get moving on that. All right, you need to win one this year if you're going to win 6 Super Bowls. So get going, and there's no excuse. That offensive line for Cincinnati is beyond leaky. 9 sacks they allowed last week against Tennessee. You are the Chiefs' best sack man. You had 2 against Cincinnati in the regular season matchup. Get to the quarterback, because if you don't, Joe Burrow could run roughshod over your secondary. So he's under duress. You talk with your mouth. You talk loud. Now you got to play loud on Sunday. All right, at number 4, Jimmy Garoppolo. All right, now look, Jimmy Garoppolo is by far the worst quarterback remaining in the playoffs. So in a sense, you could say, well, he's playing with house money, right? Yeah, he is to a degree. However, here's the thing about Jimmy G. He is not only playing to win this game, he's playing for his next employer. Like, we all know the plan is to get rid of Jimmy G this offseason and go with Trey Lance. But what if he leads him to the Super Bowl? What if he wins the Super Bowl? Are you still moving on from Jimmy G? Maybe not. But even if they do move on from you, Jimmy, if you play well, one of those top teams out there that doesn't get Aaron Rodgers, Denver, Pittsburgh, a good landing spot will look at you like that's our guy. That's the answer to our prayers. So Jimmy G, you're playing to impress your next employer. You're under duress. Number 3, okay, I'm serious this time, Nick. Who's going to finish the show for Nick? Because it's your boy, 13 seconds himself, Patrick Mahomes. And I get it. Look, he is the best quarterback in the league. He's coming off a historic performance. But, Nick, this is all about expectations. This is all about what the stakes are, what we expect from you. I've called Mahomes Jordan-esque. So have some others. I've said he's got GOAT potential. So have you. Heck, you said a few days ago he's the best football player we've ever seen. Well, the best football player of all time can't follow up that tremendous game last week with an L. He's another one. If he's going to be the GOAT, Nick, he's got to win a bunch, a boatload of Super Bowls. It's time to get moving on it. It's time to get moving on these Super Bowl wins, Patrick Mahomes.
Time to get moving on
he is definitely, Nick, he's got 1. He's got 1. He's got to get to 6 at least. All right, so he's under duress.
He's got to get
Number
to 6
2,
at least. I'm going to...
Sean McVay. Yeah, I said it. Sean McVay. Similar to Mahomes, he is the golden boy. He's set. He's great no matter whether they win or lose. We get that. But a few years ago, he was christened the golden boy for the way he's turned the Rams around, and understandably so. But if you're the NFL's golden boy coach, you can't be losing to another young coach every single time you face him. And Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco has McVay's number. He's beaten him 6 straight times, including twice this year. All right, McVay has got to get over this hump if he wants to live up to the potential everybody thinks he has and win that Super Bowl for the Rams. So, Sean McVay, you're under duress as well. And number 1, we're staying in L.A. Matthew Stafford. Look, Nick and Wiles, you can crown him if you want. All right, but I am not going to crown him just yet. Yes, he has silenced the doubters, including myself, as to whether or not he could play well in big games. But he has not yet justified a trade in which you gave up a 2-time Pro Bowl quarterback who got you to the Super Bowl, 2 first-round picks, and a 3rd-round pick. You got to get us to the big game, my man. You got to do it. And especially when you're facing an inferior quarterback. You've got the best defensive player of this generation. You got the best cornerback, arguably, in the league. You've got arguably the best receivers in the league. You got a nice, strong running game now and a good coach. What's the excuse? This isn't Detroit anymore. Get it done against an inferior QB, Matthew Stafford. You are under duress.
All right.
That's just,
listen.
what are you going to say? Mic drop.
What am I going to say?
Mic
having
drop.
Mahomes
Real talk. Mic drop.
ahead of Jimmy Garoppolo on the under duress list might be
expectation.
It is ranks up there with the arguments I was having online last night, where folks were arguing they would take Nikola Jokic over Giannis to start a franchise. It is so ridiculous, it doesn't warrant a response. So I'm not going to respond to that. Instead, I'm going to talk about a group of people that are under duress, and that is the Bengals offensive line. Because the Bengals offensive line gave up 9 sacks this week. The Bengals offensive line is facing a Chiefs team that, while they scored a bunch of points, they got to Joe Burrow 4 times in their most recent game. And here's a little wild. You should bet this now that you're a degenerate gambler like me. Go ahead and bet on this. See if you can get Fox Bet to make you this line. On this exact statement being said by Jim Nance somewhere early in the first half. My goodness. Frank Clark has tied Reggie White for the 4th most playoff sacks ever. Frank Clark, right now, 5th all-time playoff sacks. 1 away from Reggie White. He's getting that one. He's 2 away from passing Terrell Suggs. He might get that one. Will he get the 5.5 he needs to tie Willie McGinnis for the most ever? Probably not. But Bruce Smith, you're next. Frank Clark, Chris Jones are going to really give this Bengals offensive line trouble. So much so, Wilds. You know who's not on this list but could be under a little bit of duress? Brandon Allen. Because if you're really thinking long-term for the Bengals' future, I think this might be a Brandon Allen appearance game. Like Joey B, we're down by 28. He's the Bengals' backup quarterback, if people don't know. We're down by 28. It's not going to be our year this year. Let's get Brandon some reps. Let's get him some experience just in case. So the Bengals' offensive line is under more duress this week than anybody in football.
It's a fair take. I don't know when I was supposed to end the betting of the paragraph, like down to like, hey, Wilds?
Oh.
Like, I guess so. All right.
Okay.
I'm opening up the aperture a little bit, breaking the rules a little bit. Being a maverick of the Bud list.
Again?
The Elon Musk of the Bud list. Not playing by the rules. I'm putting Michael Thomas on. Here's why. Other big news here is that Sean Payton left. And all of the Saints players went on social media and said, you know what? Congratulations. Thank you for making me a better player. Like, it was just very nice. At the same time, if I was Michael Thomas, former Offensive Player of the Year, mowed a bunch of money, my team's $73 million over the cap, I got to be thinking, oof. My current team has no coach, no quarterback. We're in a rough spot here. I should start looking around. I think that's a little bit stressful. So it's not the Saints jersey, though, he's got on right now. I just like, it's not an indictment. It's an inspiration. I try to come with solutions to the Bud list. So, Michael Thomas, if you wanted to, resurrect your career with a nice offensive line, with a young quarterback where you could go in and be the number one guy, just think about it. Think with hooking up. You already had a great all-time coach. Think about going up with the GOAT. Go to coaches.
Well, Belichick's obviously happy about it. Look at him.
Come with the baby GOAT. Go to coaches. Michael Thomas on the Bud list. Little Patriots special edition of the Bud list, Broussard, for Championship Weekend. We're still in the news. Patriots are still in the news.
Sure. That's a nice little story, Wilds, but I'm insulted now. You guys are just flouting the Bud list rules. I mean, Nick, do I come up here and just go all rebellious on the tiers? I kind of do, but I don't break your rules. I don't break your rules, though. I mean, the offensive line for the Chiefs is for the Bengals is absolutely under duress. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But it's not within the rules. It's individuals. It's coaches. It's players.
Well, they could have been 1 through 5. Left tackle to right tackle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I mean, you know what?
Yeah,
Let's just
they
put
could have been the 5 guys.
The Bengals need this Super Bowl. All right? They need one. All right, so let's throw the whole franchise on there. And Wilds, I mean, if you're going to break the rules, could you at least keep it to the 4 teams that are playing? I mean, at least Nick had the decency to do that. I mean, I don't even know what aperture means, but I don't like it. I don't like it in this context, all right? So, Michael Thomas, I don't know what. I don't even, okay, sure. I know he's upset he doesn't have a quarterback. Okay, how about getting on the field first? Let's get him on the field, all right? Jenna, I'm
more reasons to be on the bubble list.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.